What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a hypercar video for you, and I don't even know which hypercar I'm making this video on until right now, like literally as I'm recording this, because I've got a random name picker and I've got the last few hypercars that I haven't tested on that random name picker, and we're gonna spin the wheel and see which car we're doing today. So let's get to it. Let's go. All right, here it is, dude. This is my leaderboard spreadsheet. This is available for anyone to look at any time. I've got all the classes on here. I've got the leaderboards for all of my times. As you can see, this is my hypercar leaderboard here. And at the bottom of this leaderboard is all the cars that I haven't tested. So we've got a few different cars from Bugatti to Chevrolet, Citroen, Jaguar, Lamborghini, Lotus, Maserati, Mercedes-Benz, Porsche, and Saleen. So we have these cars right here. Let me just highlight them for you. This is all I've got. So 110 down to 125. We got about 15 cars left to test in hypercar, and then I've tested every single car. Now that's not to say some of these times need to be retested, but over the course of these first 2.5 years of Motorfest, I've been able to test about 109 cars. And that includes a lot of the new cars, like everything in here that's highlighted in red, like this Ferrari 12 Cilindri. This is new for season 8. So all the new cars have been tested. They're on the board. Anyways, this is what I've got left. So I've put it into a random name picker, and we're gonna go close this ad. We don't need free advertising. This is the wheelofnames.com, and I'm gonna click to spin this to see what we got. We've got all of the hypercars put in right here. Let's click it and see what we get. Here we go. Who's it gonna be? What am I gonna struggle with today? The Citroen GT, dude. Citroen GT wins it. And so we'll just go ahead and remove this. Citroen GT. Let's get to it, dude. All right, first thing we need to do is get some parts on there. We don't want the Nitrochemist parts. We want something else, something that's not going to give us any advantage. Usually I go with this one here, which is the what is it called? XP magnet set. So we'll put that on there. We don't want any Nitrochemist or any of the Nitro affixes here, just for the testing. Now, as far as the pro settings go, have I touched this yet before? I have not. So we're going to take this out and see what it feels like just with, like, you know, raw settings, and then we'll make some changes after the first couple of tries. Let's look at the customization real quick, just in case there are body parts. I don't think there are for this one, but let's see. We got rims, stance, and calipers. So we might as well just drop it down because everything looks better dropped. So we can make it a little bit more wide, apply that. Rear stance, let's drop it down. Yes, sir. And we got that right there. Not too bad. I'm gonna leave the stock wheels on it. I think it looks okay. And we're just gonna go from there. We should change the color though. I don't like this color. Let's go with a blue. Blue with white wheels looks nice, dude. Actually, it's okay. I'm gonna leave it just right there. We're not gonna put any vanities or any livery on it. And we're gonna take it out to the test course, which is achieving immortality in a Lamborghini playlist. This is just one that I like to test on. So anyways, let's get to it. Let's see how this thing feels, and then we'll go ahead and make some pro settings changes. All right, here we go. Race number. Oh, I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that detail on the car. That's insane, because it is white, but when you change it to blue, you get a little bit of that checkered flag detail. I didn't even know that was there. That's crazy. All right, let's lock it in, dude. Let's see how this car feels just in general. Again, if you're watching this and you don't know my settings, I'm on direct mode. I always am on direct mode, as of just a little while ago, a few months ago. Okay, whoa, it turns in very nice. It turns in very nice. I was not expecting that at all. Floats over that barrier there, which is nice. Okay. Oh, it's got some decent NOS power as well. Suspension might need to be a little bit stiffer. Just a tiny bit stiffer. It feels a little bit loose. We'll see how this turn goes. This is always a good check for lateral G's. It does okay. This one as well. All right. It does not take that corner very well. This is going to be right around 120, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously not my test time. We're not going to record that, but that's what it feels like, about a 120, maybe a 19. Let's see, 19. Okay, 19.1. That's actually way better than I thought it was going to do. And it felt like it took that last corner pretty bad. Usually the Agera, or like any car that can take that corner really, really well. I gotta turn this game volume down. I feel like I'm yelling. Any car that can take that corner really, really well can stay in like the 220-ish, 220, 225, and then be exiting that corner at like 235, 240. And so this one didn't, but it made up for it with its NOS power. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm going to stiffen up a couple of things here in the suspension, and then we'll go out for another test race here. Race number 2, baby. All right. Suspension feels pretty good there. Much more controllable there. Car feels pretty good. This car performs way better than I thought it would. Way better. It's got really good NOS power in both 6th and 7th gear. It's very interesting. Is this going to be a 19 or an 18? That's the question. 19 again, 19.2. But the car felt better, which is important here. Let's see if we can get an actually good time on this one. We're gonna go super hard on this next one. There it is, dude. An 18.6. 18.6 is really good, dude. It's actually really good compared to like the rest of the class. 18 is like some of the top-notch cars are in the 18s. This is exciting. Thank you, Wheel of Names. Really appreciate the suggestion here. 18.6. Let's take it out to Legendary versus Rivalry or Legendary X Rivalry and see what kind of time we can get there. I have a feeling it's not going to do so good. It's just my general feeling. Anyways, let's give it a shot. I need ultimate concentration for this particular course, man. NOS power is very good, like I said. All right, not the best guttering. Not because the car is not good at it. Well, the car doesn't really want to stay hooked. It doesn't seem like it's the car's fault too much, though. Yeah, see, the car is fine, but you gotta work it. That's not working it at all, dude. This time's obviously not going on the board. You got to enter the gutter a little bit slower. It gutters fine once you're in the gutter. Once you're in there and you've entered it with the right speed, I just got to figure out what that speed is. But it feels fine once you're in the gutter, but getting into that comfortable zone where the car is settled, that's the hardest part, man. Ooh, what do we got? What do we got? A 20, dude. 220.1. Not that exciting. I was hoping for like an 18. It would have been nice to have an 18. And that means this car is like pretty okay, pretty viable. But I feel like I messed it up a lot. I think it was my fault. So I'm going to run it again. I'll catch up with you guys at the end of this race when I get the time. All right, we got 20.232, but we can do better. We can be in the teens, dude. I know I can do it in the teens. Let's go again. Woohoo! There it is, dude. 19.0. And I just barely clipped a wall. Not a wall, but like one of the breakable ones at the end there. So it could have been like an 18 something. 19.0. That's nice. All right, before we go out for a grand race, I'm gonna give you the pro settings that I've got here. I still think these might be improved a little bit or changed, so make sure you keep an eye on the website. If this is a car you like to drive and you want to make sure you're up to date with the pro settings, make sure you take it from the website. This video, as of publishing it, is what I've got. So anyways, I didn't touch power distribution. I think it's fine where it is. Brake balance, we've got it at 50%. We move into the suspension. We're at +3 on the springs, +2 on both compressions, -1 on both the rebounds. And then we get to anti-rolls, it's +10 on both, and -0.25 on camber on both of these. That gives us a lateral G of 1.45. So that's where we are at. Let's go ahead and get out for a grand race. We've got hypercar in Lahaina coming up last, which means it'll probably be, it might be a highway. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what kind of route we get. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Street tier 1. Okay, semi-technical, technical racing section, full highway on the end. So I might do this. We're going to run this and I'll put it in the video, but I might do a second section to see if we can get a different route. This is only going to test the car's top speed. So anyways, let's get to it. We're getting close to the Citron. The Citron. The Citron. I don't know how you say it. Is it even French? Did I just French it up right now? I didn't mean to. That's messed up, dude. That's actually racist. Here we go. Citron. Let's see what kind of pace we can hold by ourselves. We got 11 seconds on Jerozer. We got to be generous with the NOS. I mean, not generous. Conservative. That's the word. Conservative with the NOS to actually hit the top speed. Now we're cruising around 280, 293. This is about a Gara pace right here in terms of like solo pace. 94, 95 can be achieved. That's pretty nice, actually. All right, let's see how we fare on the shortcut in the dark. Shortcut in the dark. Let's go. Oh, not bad. Not bad at all, dude. I'll take it. Oh, what? Yeah, car definitely understeered that corner. I also can't see too well, so I'm not like... I'm just going off of memory here. Not actually driving this course the way it should be driven. Shortcut? Actually quite stable. All right, now we got nothing but highway left, man. Would have been nice to see this against other, like against an Agera or against you know, the Noble or something like that. I would like to have seen what this car is capable in slip. Actually, I need to test that before we start the next grand race. All right. GG's everybody in this one. Here we go. Here we go, dude. Yes, sir. We got some turns in this one. All right, we get to see how it does down that hill. All right, dude, here we go. Into the Citroen. Okay, right away testing the brakes. Couldn't see where the turn was, so completely messed that one up. All right, we got 7 seconds on a Meta Femboy. I hope that's... I'm just going to leave that one alone. We'll see if I can continue to have that time or if he's going to drop some distance on me. He might, if he's in the Meta car, which his name suggests he might be. He might close some distance if he knows how to drive the Agera R. Let's see what happens. Definitely some understeer there. Didn't hurt me too bad, but you could definitely feel it. And that was not what I wanted to feel in that moment. And definitely didn't want to stay in that gutter. He's at 5.4. This is going to come down to the last straightaway. So let's see what car he's in. He's getting close. 5.3. Citroen GT. Gotta keep it together, dude. Gotta keep it together. You had some good times. All right, there we go. Now, if he's in a car that has good top speed, because this finish, I believe, is all top speed. Man, to keep it on the road, I'm having to do some real slow corners. We're at 5.3, so the guy had a pretty good top section. Might have made a mistake on one of those corners trying to push hard to get to me and doesn't get it. We're at 7.7. He definitely made a mistake. What the 32? Bro, third place. There's no way he's 32 seconds behind. That is crazy, dude. I got to pay attention to the freaking road so I don't mess this up. Anyway, I think the car did fine. It did fine. I think this meta person made a mistake. And here we are at the end. 300 topped out with nitrous. If we had a slipstream partner, you're probably looking at 302, but I'll go ahead and test that up here in just a moment. All right, so the top speed test reveals 303 in slip, 305 with NOS in slip. So at the end of race, right at the finish line, 305 is what you're going to be topped out at. So anything that has higher top speed, like for example, the Aurora Agile is a 310 with NOS. So that car is going to beat the Citroen GT. The Agera R doesn't really have that type of top speed, but it's definitely way better in the corners. And so you're going to be using that over this one. Anyway, the Citroen GT is actually pretty good. It's not terrible. With the test times, it actually puts itself in like the top 20 in terms of cars. And I think that's pretty good. I know there's a lot of cars that need retested, but so for right now, I think that this list is a little bit funky, but definitely nice to see another car run an 18 on Achieving Immortality. Anyways, I'm impressed, man. Why haven't I tried to test this car before? I have no idea. I think with the understeer problem that I was having in the race, I think that's going to be an issue, specifically when you get into like slipstream scenarios where the Agera would just take those corners, whether you're in slip or not. This car is going to understeer it. So it has a little bit of a problem there. When I was solo, it felt okay, but I could feel some interesting things whenever the car was being stressed in a corner that required a lot of lateral G and a lot of like, it needed to hang in there, and it just wasn't. And that's because the lateral G is at like 145, the Agera's up at 1.7. So you have this comparison here that's just not even really that fair. But anyways, the car feels pretty good. It accelerates well. It's got really good NOS power. Gutter's okay. You got to get it settled into that gutter first, and you got to steer it around it. You're not gonna, don't expect the gutter to suck you in there and then just, don't expect it. All right, just don't expect it. The car, you're gonna have to steer it in the gutters. You have to enter with a little bit slower of a speed, and then you can accelerate out of it. So anyways, it is what it is, man. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, send me a DM on Instagram or Discord. I read every single message. Thank you for watching. I will catch you on the next one. Trigger out.